The People's Court, today at 4:30.
Well, Nicole, how's the news shaping up?
Well, there's nothing here designed to make us smile, that's for sure. Jody and I were just talking about it. She asked me, why is it always this way? And all I could answer was, that's what sells.
Well, that's as close as you can come to the reality of it. A little murder, a little mayhem, a little scandal. Fascinating.
People do love scandal, don't they?
Oh, yes, best of all. Especially if it's a public figure. A political leader, a social leader, or someone in the entertainment field. Funny, isn't it? If you were to dig up the personal life of say, a truck driver or a secretary or a postal clerk, nobody would be very much interested, would they? I say, would they?
What? Oh, no, they wouldn't.
You're not listening?
Yes, I am. You just, said...
I'm sorry. Here I am chattering away, and you're trying to concentrate on your newscast. That is what you're concentrating on, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Nicole, is something wrong? Are you depressed about something?
Me? Who? Me?
Is anyone else present?
No, I'm not depressed, really. It's just,
Now, see here. I couldn't help noticing when I came in that Jody was doing a little sisterly hand-holding. Now, clearly, something is bothering you.
Geraldine, It's nothing that won't go away in the clear light of day.
I'm just wondering if you're not working too hard and perhaps seeing too little of that charming husband of yours.
Well, that's true. We've had conflicting schedules recently.
Why?
Well, ever since I've taken on the late news here, he's taken on late evening hours, and we just haven't seen each other that often.
So it's hello and goodbye as you pass each other in the hallway, is that it?
Something like that.
Oh, dear. I feel a lecture coming on. And you won't mind if I do with you what I do with Raven, will you?
Oh, Geraldine, I've known and loved you far too long to be offended by anything you might say.
That's good. Because you and I should have a serious talk about this, my dear. Maybe there's something I can do about rearranging our schedule here at the studio. In my opinion, separation because of conflicting schedules is not a good thing for any marriage.
All right, Nora, you can get dressed. You don't have a fever. That's a very good sign. We'll get your blood to the lab first thing in the morning. I know, but it says, look, if you're still feeling this way in the morning, I want you to take it to the hospital for serious
Get away from me, you monster! Don't you dare come near me again! Please! For God's sake, help me! Call the police! This madman tried to attack me! What?
Are you crazy? I did no such thing.
Of course! Of course you deny it! I came here for help! And what do I get? The most disgusting kind of treatment from a man who's nothing but a pig! What are you just standing there? Look at the police! You humiliated me!
I don't know what you think you're doing, Nora, but your accusation is laughable, and you know damn good and well it is.
You're an animal, that's what you are!
To me, you crazy.
Enough, please! You're hysterical. It's all right, Miss Whitman. You're all right now. Just relax a bit. Why don't you go get dressed?
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Tide. The extra action in Tide means dirt can't hide. And by Prell, the shampoo that frees your hair to be beautifully full and thick.
What she got and got a lot of, lots of hair from Prell. Lots of fullness, lots of thickness, lots of hair from Prell. Goodbye limp, goodbye flat, got lots of this and lots of that. Got lots of hair from Prell.
A little Prell leaves you looking like you got lots of hair. Prell gives you lots of rich, thick lather to lift up every single strand for lots of rich, lots of thick, lots of full.
Hey, Prell, thanks a lot, sir.
Get the hair that's got a lot of, get lots of hair, get lots of hair.
Mom has to go to get wedding kids clean.
All the way to Thai country!
Dressing for a wedding day.
But don't expect they'll stay that way.
There's an usher sitting on a supper.
Sauce babies, bib and tucker.
Extraction wedding kids need extraction time.
Just look at this wedding scene.
I ask you, will they
Ever get clean?
Go ahead and drop them.
Splash them, mash them.
Claim your spot.
Tide gets it clean. Tide's America's favorite. From sauce to punch, Tide'll tough clean it. You've just seen it. Now here's your future grooms and brides.
Same clothes, same kids. Now Sunday clean with Tide.
Thai country!
Claim your spot, Tide gets it clean.
Yeah, honey, he's still here. You want to talk to him? Oh. Uh-huh. Yeah, I got it right. Okay, Jody, we'll see you later then. Bye-bye. Hey, Gavin. Jody just called.
Oh, what'd she say?
She said she's just leaving the station now, but she wants to stop by the penthouse for a while, so she'll be about a half hour or so.
Okay, Sid, thanks.
Looks like you guys are gonna grow old waiting for your girls, huh?
Yeah, but it's worth it.
Well, you want anything to drink while you're holding on?
No, thanks.
Yeah, I think I'm okay too, Sid.
Okay. So, how's it going, partner?
Looking good, looking good. Well, except for one thing.
Oh?
Table over there. The one with the cops, don't I? What is he doing hanging around here anyway?
He's waiting for a friend. Why?
Makes me nervous. Keeps looking back at you. Gives me the creeps.
Calvin. He's as harmless as a butterfly.
Oh, yeah? He's wearing a badge, ain't he? Anybody who wears a badge ain't harmless. Do me a favor, will you? Will you take care of that table just in case they want something?
Sure, but why?
Because I get nervous. I'm afraid I'm going to drop something on his lap or maybe do something embarrassing. You know what I mean?
Now, Eddie, what makes you nervous about a coffee?
It's an allergy. It goes back to when I was a kid. See, my mother used to scare the hell out of me. She used to tell me, she says, Egbert, if you're not good, I'm going to get Officer O'Malley. He's going to take you in a car and take you away. They shouldn't do that to kids, you know. It's no good for them.
Well, you better get rid of the allergies, Eddie, because Calvin Stoner happens to be one of my favorite customers, and so is his partner, Damian Tyler. And you just better get used to seeing them around here.
Oh, I'm used to seeing them, all right, but that ain't the same thing as liking them, you know what I mean?
Oh, while we're on the subject, what was Calvin asking you about? I overheard him say something about that kid, Troy Bannister.
Who?
You know, Troy Bannister, Dee Dee's kid brother.
Hey, what do I know? These cops are always talking about something or other. I mean, you know, who pays attention? I never pay attention to that garbage. I mean, they'll drive you crazy. Uh-oh. Do me a favor, will you take care of her, too? I got the same allergy against lawyers that I have with cops.
You know, Eddie, one of these days that allergy is going to be the death of you.
Hey, don't say that. Not even kidding around. No joking. Huh?
Well.
Waiting patiently, I see.
Impatiently, I say.
Hi, where's Jody?
She phoned. She'll be late.
Want a drink?
No, thank you, just a menu. I'm sorry I was later than I anticipated, but telling Troy wasn't easy. In fact, it was tough.
Telling him what?
Telling him that his trial starts in 2 days and the charge is murder 1. We lost out on the attempt to change it to manslaughter.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a rotten break.
Yeah. How did he take it?
Better than I expected. I guess he's resigned to the fact.
I know how he must feel. There was a time I was in his shoes. Almost.
Yeah, well, at least you were innocent. You only thought you shot somebody.
Calvin Troy is innocent, too. He shot Ted Loomis in self-defense. We just have to prove it.
Yeah, the question is how. I just tried to nudge something out of Eddie, but I'm afraid I flopped.
Well, then maybe I should go talk to him.
Well, look, you just did that a couple of days ago. I mean, you told him all, asked him all about sending Loomis over there after Troy that night, and you denied it. You didn't get any further than I did.
You don't think this guy's going to tell the truth, do you? He's not going to incriminate himself voluntarily.
Yes, but he might do it involuntarily. Look, I'm desperate, so I'm going to take a stab at it. Hope springs eternal.
Yeah, well, okay. If you need some help, just holler.
Thanks, Calvin. Hello, Mr. Lorimer.
Oh, hello there, Miss Bannister. You need a drink or something? I'll bring it over to the table for you.
No, I don't want a drink. I want to talk to you.
Hey, look, I'm very busy right now. You're going to have to excuse me because I got a lot of tables to take care of. Yeah, I'll be right over there, sir. Just
there
one
are
sec.
only 3 tables that are occupied at the moment, and Sid is taking care of those. Now, this will only take a minute. I saw my brother a little while ago.
I'm sorry, Miss Bannister. That really doesn't interest me.
Yes, I can understand that.
Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I've got nothing to do with your brother's problems. I got plenty of problems of my own, you understand? Now you gotta keep bringing up the subject. You must stop bugging me, okay?
I'll stop bugging you when you start telling the truth. I happen to know that you sent Ted Loomis over to the studio the night that he was killed.
Now, that's a damn lie. Now, look, nothing you're gonna do is gonna get me in a slammer with your kid brother, you understand? So don't try, all right?
My brother's life is on the line, Mr. Lorimer. Now, Troy told me that when you gave him that assignment to make sure that Jody Travis never made it to the Eden Festival, you promised him police protection. Now, just what could that mean except that you sent Loomis over there after Troy that night?
You know something, Miss Bannister? You're a very crazy lady. Do you know that? Excuse me, I gotta answer the phone.
I'll wait.
Hello, Sid's Tavern. Yeah, he's here. Just hold on a second. It's for your friend, the cop. You want to tell him he's got a phone call? I'm busy, excuse me.
Calvin, there's a phone call for you.
You have any luck?
Nope.
Can't say I'm surprised. Yeah, Stoner here. Calvin, it's Miles Cabot. I've got somebody here who wants to talk to you. Nora, you said you wanted a policeman? Here he is.
Get a little closer. Now don't be shy. You can get a little closer with Arid Extra Dry.
Only Arid has a patent on this formula that fights wetness.
No leading deodorant spray stops odor better.
And now, Arid in a new Baby Fresh scent. That's, Baby Fresh on you.
Get a little closer with Arid Extra Dry.
Try new Arid Baby Fresh Spray and Roll-On. Tough on wetness and odor.
But, Baby Fresh on you.
What do you want to call your new cookies, Mr. Keebler? Chips what?
Well, let's see. The chips are big.
Chips big.
Wait, they're soft, too.
Chips soft.
Our chocolatey chips are so big and soft, they practically melt in your mouth. We put them in cookies made with real eggs and brown sugar. So we need a name that's special.
Call them Chips Deluxe.
Chips Deluxe.
That's special, or my name isn't Cecil B. Deluxe.
New Chips Deluxe with big, soft, chocolatey chips.
And so, how's your new partner working out?
Oh, okay, I guess. It takes a little getting used to. Anyway, the place doesn't seem the same without Mitzi around. I mean, not that I want her to come back here and wait on tables for the rest of her life, but I sure do miss that kid.
She's doing pretty well, though, isn't she? I mean, she looked pretty well the last time we saw her.
Oh, yeah, I was at the hospital today, and she was just thrilled about a wheelchair the doc brought into her. Can you imagine anybody being thrilled over having a wheelchair? But that's our Mitzi.
Well, it's an improvement on being on her back all the time.
Tell me, Sid, there isn't going to be any permanent damage, is there?
Well, the only permanent damage might be to her feelings. She suffered a big disappointment losing out to that Broadway actress, Jamie Walker.
Yeah, that was tough on her.
So, I was thinking, Mr. Producer, is there any chance that you might give her a shot at another part at the Whitney Theater? What do you say, Jim?
Absolutely, Sid. If there's anything close to her, I'm going to give it to her. She's my first choice.
Oh, that's great. I would hate to think of her having to come back here and wait on tables, especially after that big farewell and all those tears from both of us.
Well, there you are, you dear boy.
Well, there, Mrs. Revere. You are looking real good.
Oh, Sydney, my dear, thank you. You're very kind. Miss Bryson.
Mrs. Revere. Won't you join us?
Thank you. Yes. Oh, you darling boy. I had a hunch I'd find you in this charming little place. Oh, I know. I've interrupted your little tete-a-tete. But you'll forgive me when I tell you what I have to tell you. In fact, you'll want to put your arms around me. I hope.
Excuse me for interrupting, Mrs. Revere, but would you like something from the bar?
Oh, and not a moment too soon, Sydney. Let me see, something not too... Oh, well, why not? A champagne cocktail, please.
And Sid, I think we're going to need another split of champagne.
All right, champagne coming up.
Wonderful woman. Darling, I am beside myself with excitement.
Yeah, you seem really excited. Doesn't she, Val?
Mm-hmm. Well, as you know, I had several friends fly in from New York to see the opening of the Whitney Theater.
Yes.
They were terribly impressed with the production. In fact, the one who was most impressed of all was my dearest friend in all the world, Viola Purvis. You do remember meeting Viola Purvis backstage, don't you?
Yes, she's a very nice and very large woman.
Fat, darling. And it's such a shame. She has such lovely eyes. Now it's like raisins in a plum pudding. Well, anyway, Viola just happens to be married to one of the biggest producers in New York, Harrison Purvis. And I know that you know who he is.
Yes, he's one of the most important show business people in the whole business.
Oh, didn't I just say that? Oh, well, in any case, you won't believe the call I just got at home a little while ago. Harrison Purvis has just bought another theater in New York. He's planning a brand new repertory company, and he's looking for someone to take charge of it. He wants new blood in the organization, and darling, he wants to talk to you.
What does he want to talk to me for? A little fish like me?
Oh, don't say such a thing, sweetheart. Somebody might overhear. Now listen. You know as well as I do that you're brilliant and gifted. You have a fine talent. All you need is a chance to show it off.
That would mean going to New York. Jim, you've just gotten this theater started. You've worked hard, you've sacrificed a lot. I think it might be a little foolish to just take off to New York and drop all your work here.
It is New York. It is Broadway.
Of course. My dear, when you're in the theater, that's Mecca.
It is New York. It is Broadway. I wanted to do this all my life.
Let's face it, if all we had to clean was one little spot of greasy dirt, any cleaner full strength would do. But greasy dirt gets everywhere. So I clean by the bucket with Top Job. It's a fact. No leading liquid in a bucket tops Top Job on the toughest greasy dirt. Take pine oils. They're fine full strength. But pour them in water like I do. And see, Top Job cleans the toughest greasy dirt better than pines. Fact is, oil and water don't mix like Top Job. So when you clean the toughest greasy dirt by the bucket, switch from pines to Top Job.
And now there's a new improved Top Job. Dissolves grease faster to clean even better by the bucket.
I'm financial supervisor of the Watson family. My job's to keep costs down. Your 3 minutes are up, madam. Not easy. Because I want what's right for my family. And that means cushion-quilted Pampers. I've tried bargain brands. Pampers helps keep my Billy a lot drier. And dryness is what I want for my baby.
Look, wet a Pampers and the average bargain brand. Wait a minute. Slip in a blotter. Pampers cushion-quilted lining helps keep babies a lot drier.
Ring, ring. It's for you, Billy.
Tell him to call back. I've got to change him.
Pampers.
They help keep him a lot drier.
Cushion-quilted Pampers helps keep a little baby a lot drier.
Yeah, like that. Guy can't even go to work without getting hassled by some cop or some lawyer. A lady lawyer at that, too, to boot. People got some damn nerve. I can't...
Hey, give me a couple of scotch on the rocks for table 5. What are you mumbling about, Eddie?
Nothing. I'm just talking to myself, that's all.
Oh, did it have anything to do with that encounter with Dee Dee Bannister? She looked a little upset when she left. What was all that about?
Nothing important, nothing important. Just another mouthpiece, crazy mouthpiece, looking for another angle. You know, that's what lawyers do all day long. They sit around, they look for angles. But I don't pay no attention, you understand?
Look, Eddie, I've been feeling a little undercurrent about something around here the past couple of days, and I don't like the feeling. And you and I are partners, right?
Yeah, right.
And how's about sharing things with your partner, okay?
Yeah, all right. Tonight. After work, we'll sit down and we'll talk, all right?
Until tomorrow evening at the same time, this is Nicole Kavanaugh wishing you a very pleasant evening.
Very nice show, Nicole. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Eddie. I keep waiting for him to say, very poor show, Nicole. See you tomorrow.
That won't happen. It was a good show indeed, as usual. Incidentally, that was excellent film coverage on the warehouse fire.
Oh, good, I'll tell Jeep. He thrives on praise.
I just hope Skylar lets well enough alone. The format is just fine the way it is. I see no reason to muddy the waters by having extra people and added features.
Frankly, I don't think Skylar has abandoned the idea of a news team.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, he owns the station now, so he can change anything he wants, format or personnel if he wants to.
Don't you worry, my dear. I have not yet begun to fight.
Well, I really don't want to worry about it. I have a lot of other things on my mind right now. I'll get it. News desk, Nicole Kavanaugh.
Honey, I'm just calling to tell you I won't be able to pick you up at the studio tonight.
Oh, well, that's all right. Geraldine's still here. Perhaps I can persuade her to give me a ride home. I'll see you then.
Yeah, well, I may be a little bit late. I seem to have a slight problem here.
A problem? What kind of problem?
Yeah, well, just wait for me at home, will you? And I'll talk to you about it then, all right? Bye-bye.
Doc?
Hello, Calvin.
What's happening here?
I suppose I'll let my patient here tell you. Go ahead, Nora.
Miss Fulton, what's the matter?
I'm so glad that you got here. I'm so ashamed. It was so awful.
Nora, just try to calm down and tell me exactly what happened.
I wasn't feeling very well today. I had some really bad symptoms like that virus that's going around. So I went into a restaurant nearby, but I really felt worse then.
And so you came to see Dr. Kavanaugh?
Yes.
Well, wait, how'd you know he was still here? I mean, it's a little late, isn't it?
Well, I knew that he kept late hours.
Yes, I had mentioned that fact to Miss Fulton.
Anyway, he was able to fit me in really easily, and I thought, oh, I'm really lucky, but I didn't realize what a mistake that
Nora,
was.
calm yourself. What happened then?
He told me to go into the examining room and remove my clothes, which I did.
Okay, it's not an unusual request for a doctor.
But while he was examining me, he was making remarks, suggestive remarks.
Oh, really? Like what?
I don't want to repeat it, they're too disgusting. At first, I didn't notice. I mean, I was feeling so rotten. Then he said something, I can't say it.
Well, why don't you try, Nora?
He said something about there not being anything really wrong with me, that I just needed a man. And then he started touching me. And I didn't know what to do. I felt so helpless. I thought I was here all alone. I thought Barbara had left already.
Well, were you here, Barbara?
I was just straightening up my desk. I was about to leave when I heard Miss Fulton scream.
And then I ran back in here, but I couldn't get away from him. He came at me, and he was laughing. He thought it was funny. He thought I wasn't really afraid of him.
I see. And, is that it?
What do you mean, is that it? I was attacked, and then I screamed.
And I take it that you came in when you heard her?
Yes, she was hysterical. And as you can see, terribly frightened.
I have only one statement to make. It's all I can say. The whole thing is a lie.
When Kevin has a bump or a bruise, a hug and kiss usually do the trick. But when he gets a fever, he needs more than affection. I give him children's Tylenol. It's the one more pediatricians give their own kids. I can't think of a better recommendation. Can you?
To bring down your child's fever fast, trust Children's Tylenol.
Fever's down. What a relief.
Trust aspirin-free Children's Tylenol, the one more pediatricians give their own children in chewables, liquid, and drops.
When you thought Erica had all the looks in the family,
Hi-ho, Silver.
You've turned into quite a beauty.
Take another look at Erica's kid sister. All my children. You can't miss a minute of it.
Weekdays on ABC.
Of course he's not going to admit it! But it happened, just like I said it did.
All right. Now, just hold on for a minute here, Nora. Now, I've known you for a long time, and I have seen you in action before. Need I remind you that we were both involved in a rather unpleasant prank not too long ago.
That's why he sent for you. He knew that you'd be on his side.
I am not on anyone's side. I'm simply trying to make sure that what you say happened here is not a figment of your imagination.
I knew this was going to happen. Didn't I tell you that, Barbara? Men never believe it. When a woman says that someone has tried to rape her, they think that she encouraged it. That's the first thing that comes into their filthy minds.
What's happening here?
Oh, yes, the reinforcements have arrived.
I should have waited for me at home.
Oh, Miles, I knew there was something wrong. I had to come. I knew something awful had happened.
Oh, yes, something awful happened. And I know you won't believe it either. Because your beloved husband tried to rape me! You liar! You liar! That is the last time that you will ever attack me, Mrs. Caroline. As for you, detective, you have an eyewitness right here, right in front of you. For God's sake, tell him, will you?
Yes. Everything Miss Fulton says is true.
If you don't look your age, you probably won't feel it either. So, like many Europeans, I have a secret that Americans call oil of Ole. Oil of Ole helps soften my skin, even on my throat. And it gives my whole face a fresh, clean look. My husband often compliments. I think that's why looking younger makes me feel younger, too.
Discover the secret of Oil of Olay. It can help you look younger, so you'll feel younger, too.
You're about to enter another dimension. The Triamanos dimension, where skill and strategy reign supreme. And your opponent's tactics can be demolished by simply moving in a new numbered piece. Encounter the Triamanos dimension, and you'll encounter one of the most continuously fascinating games of the 80s. Triamanos. It takes young and old alike beyond dominoes into the world of Triamanos, the three-sided dominoes game from Pressman, also deluxe and travel Triamanos.
This is David Hartman. Tomorrow, the Jonestown tragedy, 4 years later. Also, Julia Child and Michael Landon. Friday, Candace Bergen on Good Morning America.
Tonight, there's deadly danger when Jake slips behind enemy lines to rescue a flying buddy and his cargo of weapons on the Gold Monkey. Then, following the fall guy, Colby reaches from beyond the grave to pit Alexis against Blake in a power struggle on Dynasty.
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, America's biggest drug bust in history. Choppers, a Coast Guard fleet, and 300 agents are making things hot for smugglers in Miami. Richard Threlkeld reports on the president's latest war on drugs. ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
College football rivalries heat up this time of year. But what fuels the competition? Find out in the new issue of TV Guide.
This is Stormfield. Coming up on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, snags in the pro football settlement stopped 2 teams from practicing today. That includes the New York Jets. We're going to tell you about it and whether or not there's going to be any football coming this Sunday. We'll also have this.
The circus is in town. What town? I'm Mara Walensky. I'll tell you.